I need to get into it. I am amazing. I'm a catch. You ain't know. It's a cat. Nnita is a cat. Hey. Chicken. Oh, okay, let me stop. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Life and Vibes with Nnita. Today we're going to jump into our second part of our self series, and we're going to get into self-esteem and self-confidence. Now, I didn't really know, to be really honest with you, I didn't know how to approach this topic. I didn't know which avenue I wanted to use, so I just figured the best way was to just share my own story and experiences with self-esteem and self-confidence. Well, let's start with, what is self-esteem and what is self-confidence? Self-esteem is defined as confidence in one's own worth or abilities. And self-confidence is defined, and this is dictionary definitions, you guys, a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment. So I'm gonna start from the beginning of my journey with self-esteem and self-confidence. Now, I'm going to warn you, I'm going to be very transparent in this video. That's part of what Life and Vibes is all about. Transparency and being young and a young adult in this world, and how do we get through that life. So I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to lead by example and really be transparent in this moment. So I'm going to dive on in and start from the beginning. Here I am as a child, but here she is. She's smiling, she's happy, she's always camera ready. She's young Nnita, and young Nnita loved a camera. Well, young Nnita got a little bit older and she gained a little weight. She got a little chunky. And at that moment, that's when things began to change for me internally. Gained a little weight. I wasn't expecting it. I noticed that I was bigger than the other kids. And that is when things started happening internally with me. Then I got into 7th grade. 7th grade was a difficult year for me. Maybe a couple years. It was difficult. My chunkiness got a little chunkier, and I started to develop as a woman, and I developed a lot, but I didn't really like it. She is sad. Very, very sad. I got into 7th grade, and like I said, things were changing for me. My body changed, and I just did not like it. I felt like everybody was staring at me. I did not like my body. I did not like being around people, going to school, going anywhere. I just wanted to be in my room and lay on my bed and cry. I wasn't happy. I did not like the way that I looked. I got really concerned about my body and people seeing my body, and I felt naked when I was seen. I felt like everybody had their eyes on me, and they were judging me, and they were snickering about me and things like that. So I bought a jacket. It wasn't the cutest jacket. It by no means. It wasn't cute. It didn't have any designs on it, and it was just a regular Walmart jogging suit jacket. And I wore it everywhere. That jacket was my source of protection, source of comfort. I wore that jacket I zipped it up halfway and I wore it everywhere. And I wouldn't switch to any other jacket. I mean, it even started like wearing in the arms. Like there was like this, it was ripping in the sleeves and stuff. And I didn't care. I wore it every day. It was my protection. I was depressed. My self-esteem was at an all-time low. I mean, I couldn't even get together for the school picture. I couldn't do this. The best way to describe it is that I was depressed. I had low self-esteem and I was depressed. I get into high school, things get a little bit better. I'm still wearing jackets, but that's when those jean half jackets, I guess you would call them crop jackets now, but we called them half jackets back then. They came out and I was wearing those. And it was like a little bit of my body was showing. I was wearing that all the time. So at this point, nobody really thinks about the fact that I'm wearing this jacket still to hide my body. They think I'm just being fashionable at this point. So it worked out, but my self-esteem was still low. The depression was still there. It wasn't as crippling as it was in 7th grade, but it was still there. Then in 10th grade, I got in the band. And honestly, the band was one of the best things for me. My self-esteem and all of those things. I was able to be a part of something where we all had this one goal to win and to be the best. So, and I was around other girls that were kind of my size, and we hung out, and it just lifted my confidence and my self-esteem more. But it was still a struggle. Oh, there's 10th grade Nnita. My hair had got real long. I was feeling myself. And as you can see, there's no jacket in the picture. I stopped wearing jackets. Well, you know, I did when it was cold, but I stopped wearing jackets. So everybody thought, oh, this is great. Nnita's not wearing a jacket anymore. She's owning it. She's got it. Well, I did, but I didn't. I got to a point where I was comfortable enough with my body to show it, but I still had the self-esteem problems. What happened was I started to internalize the self-esteem. There was no longer a physical representation of my low self-esteem, but it was still very much there on the inside. In my mind, I'm still always second guessing the way that I look. What are people thinking about me? Can you see my belly rolls? Can you see anything like that? I need to lose weight. Like all of those thoughts were still going through my mind. This way of thinking continued all the way up until college. When I got into my sophomore year at the Norfolk State University, I started to get involved in campus activities and different organizations and programs, and getting involved in that that helped push myself out of the depression and get to a place where I'm happier. Then I realized I don't want to feel like I'm less than. I don't want to feel like I'm too big. I'm pretty for a big girl. I don't want to feel these ways anymore, and it's time to do something about it. I started doing using my tools and things to help build my self-esteem. My confidence was high. I had gotten to a point where I was very confident in my abilities, very confident enough to walk into a room and say hello and speak and wear something that I think is beautiful and own a room. But I still had some esteem issues and body image issues. It wasn't until a few years ago that I actually got to a point where my esteem and my confidence matched. I finally got to a point where I felt genuinely 100% comfortable in my skin. And I'm gonna be completely transparent. It might even sound stereotypical, but Lizzo, the artist Lizzo, was a very key part in that. Seeing her own her body and own every piece of her body and not care pushed me to that point. So I did what I had to do. And that is where my points are gonna come in. I think I called them tools. Tools. time to jump into some tools for boosting your self-esteem and your self-confidence. I have some. You want to hear it? Here it goes. Tool number 1, positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are the most basic way to build your self-esteem. Go in the mirror and say, mirror, and say positive affirmations. Say things that you want to feel about yourself. The whole point in this exercise, the whole point in boosting, the way you boost is by positivity. So we're gonna say positive things about ourselves in the mirror, positive affirmations. You are beautiful, you are a king, you are a queen, you deserve more than the moon and the stars. All of those things, say those things to yourself in the mirror. Or if you don't wanna look at yourself and you're not really that type of thing, I find that men aren't super into that talking to themselves in the mirror thing. Sometimes it's just helpful to just say it out loud. This is something that I live by. You need to say things out loud, and you need to watch what you say out loud, because you say it out your mouth says it, your ears hear it, and then your heart and soul believes it. Your mouth says it, your ears hear it, and then your heart and your soul believes it. If you say positive things to yourself in the mirror and you build yourself up in the mirror or just out loud, like I said, your ears hear it and your heart and soul believes it. And that's just my mantra, and that's why I say things out loud. My next tool, I call this the talking mirror. Sounds kind of crazy when you just say the title like that, but I made the title up, okay? I made my tongue-tied. I may not have made up the exercise, but I definitely made up the name. It's called the talking mirror. Now what this is, you know, your bathroom mirror that you see, that you go into every day. This is plastering sticky notes all over that mirror, full of positive affirmations, full of positive reminders, full of things that will help boost your confidence and your self-esteem. And you know, that's all about positivity. That's not pointing out flaws. That's not anything negative. That's all about positivity. Owning ourselves, owning our flaws, owning everything about us. Number 3, and my last one, is just become comfortable with yourself. Take time to become comfortable with yourself. And that's some self-awareness and some self-reflection, and spend time with yourself. Because when you know yourself, you're better at being able to know others. It's very important to spend time with yourself and become comfortable with yourself. When you become comfortable with yourself, it's easy for that confidence and that esteem to just grow, because one of the things that has to do with it is being comfortable with yourself and knowing yourself and owning yourself and owning your flaws, your abilities, your inabilities, everything about yourself, everything that makes you this cute little ball of uniqueness and realness and beautifulness and stuff. So those are your 3. First one, positive affirmations. Second one, the talking mirror. It's really helpful. And the third one, get comfortable with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Know your self-worth. Know who you are. Know whose you are. You're amazing. So, thank you for checking out Life and Vibes with Nnita today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for vibing with me.